It is finally here. After 20 long years, Undefeated and Jordan Brand have finally re-released the Undefeated Jordan 4, and I am so excited about it. Let's break it down. Finally, after so much speculation, we finally have a re-release of the 20-year-old icon that is the Jordan 4 Undefeated collaboration. So let's give you a little bit of context. Undefeated, an LA streetwear brand created by Eddie Cruz and James Bond back in 2002. They had some executives from Nike show interest in their store. They popped in there, and in 2005 they released this shoe in an in-store raffle along with a t-shirt. So basically, when you bought the t-shirt, you could then buy the shoes. It was limited to only 72 pairs. And Eddie Cruz, the founder of Undefeated, does not even have his own sneaker. For more backstory on the creation of this sneaker, which is an incredible watch, I will link the videos in the description down below so you can check them out. They came in, asked them, what sort of sneaker would you want to design? Thinking at this point there was no sneaker collaborations with like streetwear stores. I mean, we see that almost every day these days with sneaker brands, artists, rappers, athletes. But back then, on a Jordan model, there was no collaborations. This was one of a kind. This was one of the first. And so some original samples went back to Nike and they didn't quite like it, but eventually they settled on this incredible green and orange colorway, which is actually representative of some of the militaristic roots that Undefeated is founded upon. You can see the correlation to the MA1 jackets, which has the green satin outer shell with the orange liner on the inside. This shoe, especially being a Jordan 4, looks so tough and almost like a tank when you put it on feet. And again, for more history about this sneaker, which there is a very, very rich catalog, I'll link all those videos down below. And hopefully you can kind of get a sense as to why this sneaker is so historic. And I myself have been absolutely loving all these videos. And I'm so happy that I finally get a piece of the action getting this sneaker on the Undefeated online raffle. It is unknown as to how much stock there was of this shoe at the time I'm recording this. However, it did seem like a fair few people did get them. I would say in the range of like 30% of people that I saw who entered got the shoe, which is crazy. Myself, I feel so privileged to get this shoe. My EQL history is absolutely terrible, and finally that algorithm racked itself up to be able to give me this sneaker. These were definitely a pretty penny, over $450 Australian with the shipping, the taxes, just the conversion rate being very low right now for the Australian dollar. This was definitely not a cheap shoe, but I am so happy to have it. Let me explain why when I break down some of the materials and some of the unique details about this shoe. And if you understand the history, you'll understand why I'm so excited to have it. So first of all, let's start with the box. As you can see, my box is a little bit banged up. There was a bit of a dent on the side here. Obviously, these were shipped from the US, so it had a long journey to come here to Australia. You have the all grey box, which is basically a tribute to some of the way that Jordan boxes came back in that 2005 era. You have the 20 logo on the front, which is obviously 20 years since this shoe was first released. You have the tag on the side. I am a size 9. It says Air Jordan 4 Retro OG SP. Opening it up, you do get one little nice piece, which is like a postcard of the original La Brea Undefeated store. Undefeated has now moved on to having stores all around the world and around the USA, but you get a little bit of a memento to kind of commemorate the Undefeated original store. You also get this really nice paper in there. It has the Undefeated logo. It has the Jordan logo right there as well, so some nice co-branding. And of course, you do get these signature orange laces in the little cardboard box. I'm not sure about the orange laces. I think I might put them in just to see how they look. I do love a lace swap, but I am very happy with the black as well, so we'll keep that in mind. That's pretty much it with the box. It's really not any sort of special box. It doesn't really have any extra sort of construction, any extra packaging, obviously special little postcards and laces and such, but besides that, there's really not much else to it. So let's break down the shoe. If you've watched some of the videos which I talked about before, you will have seen some of the differences between this re-release and the original sneaker. So starting off on the bottom, you have the Nike tag on the bottom. Originally, it had the Air Jordan tag because back in 2005, you weren't really allowed to change the Jumpman on all of the branding of the Jordan 4. And yet with this release, you have the famed Nike Air on the back, and you have Nike Air on the outsole and also on the insole as well. There's one other piece of Undefeated and Jordan co-branding with the little dog tag on the side here. It's, you know, pretty basic construction, and eventually I'm going to have to cut these off when I'm going to wear them out, but it kind of sucks because I can't really put them back on eventually. But it's alright, I'll put them in my Jordan 4 dog tag stash, which is getting pretty big at this point. The outsole is a pretty standard Jordan 4 outsole. You obviously have the orange hits right here and the Nike branding like I spoke about before. You have the stars on the front toe box, which indicate how much wear the shoes have had. Obviously, I haven't actually worn these shoes yet, so they're looking pretty good. One thing that I really do like about this outsole is the unique mixture of materials. So you can see the black here is a little bit shiny compared to the matte black of the rest of the outsole. So a couple of little nice hits of orange as well as the black and cream and green all bring this colorway together and make it really, really nice. And I think that's one of the reasons why people love this shoe so much is it is simple and yet it is slightly elevated with those little pops of color. That's from a purely aesthetic reason. Of course, this shoe has a lot more history and people like it for other reasons as well. Moving up from there, you do have this very nice green nubuck leather. This is an awesome piece, and man, the quality on this leather is absolutely outstanding. I really love how Jordan Brand goes above and beyond for collaborations, and especially with this collaboration, you know how amazing it's going to be, so you know how much time and effort they have put into it. Obviously, I spoke about before, you have the Nike Air branding on the back. There was a rumor that there was some friends and family packs. I don't know the truth to that rumor, but those friends and families were supposed to have like the Jumpman logo on the back. I'm happy with the Nike Air on the back there. Like, I'm not really fussed. Funnily enough to me, it does feel a little bit lighter than some other shoes, like for example, the Bike Air Jordan 4s, or even the White Cements, which released earlier this year. So interesting, they do feel a little bit lighter, but hey, moving on to there, you do have the faux netting on the side of the shoe, which is, supposed to bring some breathability, but if anyone's ever worn Jordan 4s, they know that they're not very breathable, which is actually perfect for me because it is currently winter time, as you can see by my jacket. It is a little bit cold, and so wearing these shoes is going to be absolutely awesome in the next couple of weeks. If you guys want to see some more kind of styling videos or how I would wear this shoe, let me know in the comments down below. I'm happy to put those together as well. You can also check out my Instagram where I'll be putting a bunch more of these photos. That is in the description as well. You can go and check out my Instagram. Let's keep going on the shoe. You do have obviously black laces that come with the shoe, and again, like I spoke about on the outsole, you do have different styles of this black plastic where you've got the shiny bits on the side here, but then the matte lace loops. So the mixing up of the materials adds not only visual contrast, but like textural contrast. You do also have the Jordan patch, which you can remove, although I would probably keep them on because they do reveal the Jordan Rare Air tag on the front here. But the more you take this tag off and on, the more it starts to get frayed on the Velcro. Tongue is done in this very nice satin material. It's a little bit shiny, a little bit reflective, I think. It's obviously meant to resemble the MA1 bomber jackets like I spoke about before, which have that shiny nature to them. And then on the inside of the tongue, you do have the orange cushioning part, which also has the Undefeated branding on it. So altogether, a little bit subtle, but if you peek behind the corner, you can see that little pop of orange color, which is really nice. The insole on the right shoe does come with the Undefeated branding on it, and they're actually super good quality insoles, and you can tell when you put them on feet because usually, Air Jordan 4s are big, bulky, not that really well cushioned, but these ones actually feel really, really nice on feet. I'll get to that a little bit later in the comfort. And then on the left shoe, you do have the Nike Air branding. So two different co-branded insoles on the shoe. Again, same great quality on the insole here. That pretty much breaks down all the materials on the shoe. Again, super good quality. The QC on these is amazing. The material on the upper really does have that nice movement when you touch it from side to side. There is a good amount of cushioning around the ankle. The comfort on the shoe is super nice. Again, you have pretty standard Jordan 4 sort of comfort if you are going to be wearing these shoes. In summer, they're going to be hot, of course, but these are perfect for a nice winter fit with like a bomber jacket or some sort of heavy cargo jeans. These are going to be such an awesome shoe to style. Speaking of sizing, I did go with my regular true to size, which is a size 9 US, 42.5, which is also an 8 UK. I do feel like whenever I do go up half a size, I do tend to wear the shoe in a bit too much, and I do get a little bit extra room around the toes. So with this one, which I know I'm going to be wearing a lot, I decided to go true to size. I know for the start, I'm going to have a little bit of pinching around my pinky toe, but eventually with the amount of time that I'm going to be wearing this shoe, I am going to be okay wearing it true to size. So if I was going to recommend any size, go with your regular like Jordan 1 sizing. So I guess if you have a wide foot, maybe go up half a size. But for me, I've got a pretty normal, sample size foot, so size 9 was fine for me. The comfort, as I spoke about before, is pretty standard for Jordan 4s. You're getting your air unit cushioning on the back here. You're getting some nice foam. The insole is very nice, as I spoke about before. The cushioning on the side of the shoe and around the ankle is very nice. But I mean, obviously it's not a runner, and I'm probably not going to be spending all day in this shoe, so take from that what you will. I would definitely say they're very comfortable if you get the right size. I mean, what else is there really to say? I mean, you just got to look at it and kind of just marvel at how how beautiful it is in terms of this beautiful green color. Green is one of my favorite colors of all time. Orange, obviously, I love orange. And the two combined just look so good. Militaristic kind of rugged feel of it is so cool. And I'm really glad to see that a lot of people did pick them up, and I hope that people who didn't pick them up are able to grab them on the next release on the Sneakers app here in Australia and also online and over there in the US. And I think this is just such a great moment in sneakers where there's so many people who wanted this shoe, got the shoe, and are able to create content around it and, you know, do reviews and videos and short videos and photos. And I'm just excited to see everyone kind of coming together to enjoy the shoe. The question is now, where will it kind of end up on the Sneaker of the Year kind of list? Everyone's kind of been talking about that. I myself don't really know. I feel like a retro of a previous model is kind of cheating because you're kind of piggybacking off of the previous success of the other shoe. But however, it is so awesome that I think it is going to be up there for sure. And I think the rollout of this shoe from Undefeated has been really good as well. You've seen pop-ups, you've seen an activation in Chicago with big, you know, container boxes, you've seen in-store raffles, you've seen online raffles, extra releases still coming. So I just think that they're really doing a good job of getting these shoes out to the people, which cannot always be said for some sneaker drops, which have been pretty crap in the last few weeks. Speaking of like the Levi's collab, for example, with Nike on the Air Max 95. But anyway, this is definitely an example of what to do when you're trying to release a sneaker like this. It's been so anticipated for so long, and I'm so excited to have it. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. I hope this video informed your decision on whether or not you want to pick this shoe up later on in the year. This is definitely an awesome sneaker to have. It's pretty much a tick the box kind of sneaker. Like, it's a must have. I deliberately decided not to get certain shoes in this last week because I knew that this shoe was coming up and I was going to want to pick it up. So the fact that the stars aligned, I came together, grabbed it on the EQL raffle. I'm so happy. Again, please subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more shoe reviews. If you want to see more content, you want to see a podcast, they're all on this channel for you to watch. The short videos have been pumping lately as well, been really enjoying doing them. And also photography. You can see that on my Instagram as well. So check all of those links out. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody. Have a good day.